All right, welcome to The Explainer. I want you to think about something for a second. What if the most comforting sound in the world, maybe the voice of your own mother, was actually a lure into your worst nightmare? It's a terrifying thought, right? Well, today we're going to dive into the brilliant psychological horror of the Hindi story Amavots Ki Raat and break down exactly how it messes with our heads by preying on our deepest human connections.
So, the entire story, the whole thing, really hinges on this one terrifying idea, a warning to doubt our most basic senses. It's telling us that what we hear, what we instinctively trust, might just be a trap. And get this isn't your typical horror story about what you see lurking in the dark. No, this is all about what you hear.
Okay, so the story kicks off with a pretty classic horror setup, but man, it does it well. We're immediately introduced to our main guy, Sujit, and he is just completely at the mercy of the elements. It sets this tone of absolute vulnerability right from the get-go.
So first, you've got this insane downpour. We're talking a torrential, relentless rain. And you know, rain in horror is a classic symbol of isolation, right? But here, it's so heavy, it feels like a physical assault. It's literally cutting him off from the safety of his village, trapping him out there in the middle of nowhere.
And along with the rain, there's this crushing, oppressive darkness. I mean, it is pitch black. The only break you get is a sudden flash of lightning. But here's the thing, that lightning doesn't bring any comfort, not at all. Each flash just gives him a glimpse of this menacing, nightmarish forest, before throwing him right back into an even deeper, more terrifying darkness.
Okay, and this is where the fear really starts to shift. You know, it goes from being scared of the storm to being scared of something else, something supernatural. As this whole thing is going on, a chilling thought pops into Sujit's head. Wait a minute, I'm not just lost on any road. What if this is that road? You know, the one from all the local legends, the one with that dark, haunted reputation?
So just as he's about to completely lose hope, when despair is really setting in, a sound cuts through the chaos of the storm. It's a temple bell. Can you imagine the relief? It's like this beacon of hope leading him to what he thinks, what he believes is a safe harbor.
Now check out this contrast, because it's brilliant. Outside, the temple is ancient, it's falling apart, it's getting absolutely hammered by the storm. But when he steps inside, it's perfectly clean. It's quiet, peaceful, it feels totally safe. This massive difference is designed to give you and Sujit this powerful, but as we'll find out, completely false sense of security.
Inside, he's greeted by an old Sadhu, a wise sage. He's this figure of peace and reassurance. But the story makes a point to tell us that even though he looks calm, there's this deep worry in his eyes. He offers Sujit shelter, sure, but it comes with a catch, a really cryptic life-or-death condition.
And here it is, that rule from the beginning of our explainer, but this time it's a direct command. The Sadhu's warning is so simple but so absolute. Remember, not every voice is human. He tells him, no matter what you hear, no matter who you think is calling your name, you must not step outside this temple. The stakes are now crystal clear.
All right, so later that night, Sujit is trying to get some rest. And this is when the real horror starts. And listen, it doesn't show up as some monster with claws and fangs. No, it comes as a sound that's specifically designed to target and exploit his most powerful emotional bond.
A voice just cuts through the night. And it's not just any voice. It's the one he knows better than his own heartbeat. It's his mother. And she sounds like she's in terrible, terrible danger, just pleading with him to come outside and save her. Just, wow. Imagine hearing that.
And this, right here, is the core conflict of the whole story. It's brilliant. His logical brain is screaming, this can't be real, the Sadhu warned me. But his heart is asking, but what if it is her? What if she needs me? You've got this logical warning, fighting a battle it's almost guaranteed to lose against a lifetime of love and the instinct to protect his mom.
So what does he do? He gets up, he walks to the door. His hand is reaching for the latch. He's about to do it. He's about to make a fatal mistake. And just then, the Sadhu grabs him, physically yanks him back from the brink, repeating that warning with this terrifying urgency.
So, with the immediate danger over, the Sadhu can finally reveal the horrifying truth of what's going on. It's time for Sujit, and for us, to understand what was really calling to him from out there in the darkness.
So, this thing out there, it's not just some random ghost. It has a name. It's called a Chaya, which means shadow.
And this is what makes it so terrifying. It's a sophisticated psychological predator. It doesn't just jump out and scare you. No, it reads your heart. It finds the person you love the most in the entire world, and then it perfectly mimics their voice to use as bait. It's a lure to bring you to your doom.
And the origin story here just makes it all the more tragic, really. The Chaya was once a woman. She was so consumed by grief after her husband died that she ended up taking her own life in that very forest. Now her spirit is trapped there, just bound by its own immense pain. So its motivation, you see, it's not pure evil. It's this desperate, cursed need to make other people share its unending loneliness and sorrow.
So, as dawn finally starts to break, the storm passes, and you can feel the entity's power starting to fade. The long night of terror is over, and the lesson from this whole ordeal is about to become crystal clear.
That first light of morning hits, and the world suddenly feels safe again. Sujit steps outside, and that's when he sees the proof of what he went through. There are these strange footprints circling the temple, over and over again, all night long. But they never, ever cross the threshold. The sanctuary held. It worked.
So here's the key takeaway, the big lesson from the Sadhu. He explains that logic and reason, totally useless against the Chaya. Why? Because it doesn't attack your mind, it attacks your heart. It targets your love. That temple's protection, it wasn't just about stone walls. It was a symbol of unwavering faith and belief, a kind of spiritual shield that this emotional trap just couldn't break through.
And then we get the final kind of gut-punching confirmation of the whole thing. Sujit finally makes it home, and he finds his mother, perfectly safe and sound, just chatting happily in the courtyard. She has absolutely no idea what kind of terror he just endured. And that's the proof. That voice, which sounded so real, so desperate, it was nothing more than a masterfully crafted illusion.
So in the end, the story leaves us with this one really haunting question. It forces you to put yourself in Sujit's shoes. So I'll ask you, if it was your loved one's voice out there crying for help, would you open the door? Could your logic really win out against your deepest love? It's a seriously chilling thought to end on. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.